Welcome back to a new video. This was my workout from Sunday, I believe. This was the first workout of the second week, since this was after the previous heavy day. I decided to experiment with some snatch waves, and of course started out with some muscle snatches. I got absolutely mogged by 90 kilos. It wasn't even close, but I was able to get up to 80. Once I missed 90, I went back down to 80 and did that again for another single. But for the snatch waves, I went back and forth. I was doing power snatch plus snatch and not using straps. So I knew I didn't want to go super heavy. That, and I also, was tired from the previous couple days. So the goal was to be able to get up to 90, wave back down to 60, and do that at least once, and then kind of do a reverse pyramid. So go 60, 70, 80, 90, and then go 60, 70, 80, 60, 70, and then be done. But I was actually feeling decent enough to keep trying to go up to 90, and as you'll see, like 90 was definitely like, I don't want to say a limit lift, but it's where technique started to break down, so it's definitely a good number to kind of go up to with the fatigue of the other sets. But I've been really liking continuing to add in the power snatch plus snatch. I think it's just a really good variation, especially without straps. I think it's just going to continue to have a good carryover. I think it's just going to help a lot, just building the confidence and also just building the technique of being aggressive, getting under the bar. But I got up to 90 on the first set, and I decided that I would try to do it again. So I went 60, 70, 80, 90 on the second wave, and then I actually did it again on the last one. And you kind of see by the time I get to the last set, the fatigue started to build in, but it felt pretty productive, and it's definitely something I think I want to continue to add in on these Sundays, because I think it's a good challenging workout, but it's not one that I'm not going to be able to do no matter how fatigued I am. Maybe like 90 will be a little bit too difficult, or maybe it'll start to get easier, as I start to build the tolerance to training in general continually. But after doing the snatch wave, so after going up to 90 to 3 times, I did the clean and jerk complex, and I was thinking about doing waves as well, but I'm not Ilya. I'm not on all of the supplementation he is, so I was getting a little bit tired at that point. And doing clean and jerk waves, oh, there's a spider over there. Doing clean and jerk waves does not sound very fun. I have to go kill that spider, but I'll bring the mic over and keep talking while I'm doing that. It's rather terrifying. It's a little spider though, so we need to get an envelope or something. But I did power clean plus, alright, spider's dead. Power clean plus push press plus jerk. So a pretty big complex, and kind of makes sense not to do waves with that since it's so much volume. Thank goodness that spider is now dead. Little guy, but you don't get to come to my house and live the tale to tell. Anywho, besides that, what did I say? Oh, the complex for clean and jerk. So power clean plus push press plus jerk. And honestly, they felt pretty good. I was pretty tired at that point, and that's really like when you're fatigued, at least for me, that's when I really feel the fatigue, is when I try to do clean and jerk work. I can kind of do snatches most days and kind of work hard at them. Obviously, if you're going really, really heavy, then you kind of feel the fatigue, but they usually feel pretty decent until you get to a certain level. Like clean and jerks, when you're tired and sore, like even 60 kilos will feel pretty bad, or at least like from a sore point. Something else to note. So my knee wraps, it was interesting. Just the regular white ones, they started to kind of bunch behind my knee, and started to kind of pinch me a little bit. So I just took them off, and because I was trying to do these sets kind of quick, and I suppose that's another point as well. I wasn't spending a ton of time in between sets. I wasn't necessarily like timing it or trying to like go on the minute or anything like that, but I was basically just going through the set. So I would do the double, turn off the camera, write down the set the next weight, turn on the camera and go. So however long that took, and I'm just trying to do it not super fast, like I said, but not trying to spend a ton of time in between sets. So not a CrossFit style workout, but not one where I was wasting a bunch of time as well, because the weights weren't difficult. Even doing 90, even though it felt a little bit difficult, it's a manageable weight. But I took the knee wraps off because they started to bunch up and actually pinch. It was really kind of a weird feeling I don't usually get. Sometimes I get a bunch behind my leg and they feel a little uncomfortable, or they're not like tight anymore. But I just took them off, and usually with snatches I can not wear them once I'm warmed up. It's kind of a weird thing where as I'm warming up, I love to have them on, but sometimes every once in a blue moon I'll take them off for just snatches. But for cleans and clean and jerks, I always like to have something, basically no matter what. But Basically finish the snatches here. I think this might be the last one. Let's see how ugly this. Yeah, this was the last one. I remember how difficult it felt. Definitely went early on that one, but what was I saying? Oh, for the clean and jerk work and for the work after. I forget what bodybuilding work I did after, if I did any, but I did some slow eccentric snatch pulls, which, as I was doing them, I was like, these feel really good, and I want to do these all the time. But then, as you're going through the week, you realize it's probably not the smartest thing to do slow eccentrics on all your pulls. So I think this will definitely be something I'll add in on like the day one of the week to just, I guess, increase fatigue, but just to kind of work on positions in the snatch pull. I think that's less likely that I'll do it for clean pulls, but for snatch pulls, because the range of motion, the pull range is longer, I think it'll be better to do anyway, and also just more beneficial because I don't really necessarily struggle with the technique of the clean. But for the snatch, the more practice you get, the better. Push presses are continuing to feel better, so I'm excited about the progress I'm making with those, and you'll see in the next couple of videos that they just continue to move better. I'm not at the point where I'm going to be, attempting PRs, but as I'm getting consistent with 120, then it will just mean that I'm able to increase the volume at that weight and hopefully, maybe do a double or so there. I think that might be where I feel like my PR double for the push press is like not 120, it's like 121 or some like little number above that. But if I'm able to do a double or a triple to 120, that's obviously a good indicator of how I'm feeling moving forward. I also want to get to doing a power clean with 130 again. I don't really value power cleans, but it's just kind of like a nice, like, I don't know, mogging the weight, I suppose. But obviously, my lifetime PR power clean is, I have it on my board in pounds, so it says 323, so I think that's like 146 or something, or 147, something like that. Because 145 is 320, so something around there. It's not 150, it's between 145 and 148 or whatever. But I don't necessarily value like increasing my 1 rep max, but if I'm consistently able to do between 130 and 140 in the power clean, I think that's just a good indicator of just being strong in general. So it's kind of like I don't know, I think it's probably a common thing with a lot of people that lift, but you have like main goals and main things you're working on, then you have other things like, it'd be nice if that went up, and it's not really like the main focus, but it's just something that, like, when you're doing the movement, it's like, all right, at the end of this, it'd be nice to be able to do this at some point. So it's kind of how I view power clean. It's not something that I'm like, if this doesn't go up, it means I'm not getting stronger. It's just like, if I can do it, it's nice. If I can't, it's not the end of the world, because at least for me, the power clean isn't super correlative to what I can do in the maximum clean. And I suppose that kind of makes sense, because for like block power cleans, I'm terrible at them, but I can do a full clean with significantly more weight that I can block power clean. I believe I've done 160 from the high blocks for just like a full clean, but my best power clean from the blocks is 120. So it's way off just because of the leverages that I have. And then same with the floor. When I did the 146 or 7 or whatever, that was not around the time I did my best power clean. I was consistently not doing like 140 when I did my best clean ever at 175. It wasn't like I was like, oh, my power cleans have gone up, so now my clean has. It's much more related to what I can front squat for a consistent weight, and just how many like heavy cleans I've been doing just for the full cleans. And for whatever reason, I think it's just how I'm built, but things are going well. I was very happy with the waves and got a ton of volume in it. If you think about, getting doubles, 3 doubles at 60, 70, 80, and 90 for the snatch, and then getting a decent amount of volume for the clean jerk. So a very, I guess, different from the last week training session, but I think a very productive one, and one that's very repeatable on a day where I'm feeling generally fatigued. But that's it for this one. I'll talk to you on the next one, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.